Okay, so we are going to start with viscosity, next chapter of liquids today. Viscosity, what do you mean by a viscous liquid? You must have seen honey. Flow of honey, have you observed? What is the difference between honey and milk? Milk flows very easily, but honey में आपको viscosity दिखाई देगी, ठीक है? So this is the difference between viscous and less viscous liquid. And suppose I give you one example. We have water in a glass tumbler and we churn sugar inside it. शुगर को जब हम उसमें चर्न करते हैं, मिक्स करते हैं, देन आफ्टर वी स्टॉप चर्निंग, विच लेयर विल कम टू एंड इन द एंड? लास्ट में कौन सी लेयर जो है दैट इज इन कॉन्टैक्ट विद द बाउंड्रीज ऑफ ग्लास और दैट इज इन द सेंटर? कौन सी लास्ट में रेस्ट पे आती है? सेंट्रल लेयर सबसे एंड तक आपको घूमती हुई दिखती है, ठीक है? सो दैट मीन्स दिस विस्कस फोर्स between the layers of a liquid. Viscous force is also called liquid friction. Solid friction we have already done. Viscosity or viscous drag is also called liquid friction. Liquid friction. And suppose this is the wall of that glass tumbler. This is the wall of solid. ठीक है? We are taking two layers of liquid. We are taking two layers of liquid, layer A and layer B. Two liquid layers we are undertaking. Yes, new chapter of liquids. Third chapter of liquids, properties of matter का fourth chapter. First chapter was solids. Second was pressure in liquids. Third was surface tension in liquids. Fourth is viscosity in liquids. Fifth will be gases. ये एक यूनिट के properties of matter, ठीक है? So suppose we are taking two layers whose distances from the solid wall are x and x plus dx. Suppose their distances from the solid wall are x and x plus dx, right? The central layer that is at lesser distance, ठीक है? This is somewhat at a greater distance, so velocity will vary. So suppose the speed of this layer is v, then speed of this layer will be v plus dv. So velocity is changing with distance. Change of velocity with distance, we call it velocity gradient. Gradient term define की है ना आपने dimensions में. You used to write temperature gradient, pressure gradient. Poiseuille formula में pressure gradient लिखते थे P by L. If you remember that formula, P is equal to pi by 8 P by L eta R square by eta R4 by eta. So this was pressure gradient. Anything divided by distance, that is called gradient, right? That is called gradient. So in this case, viscous drag is found varying with velocity gradient, because I told you the speed of layer that depends upon its distance from the solid. Central layer will have maximum velocity. The layer close to the solid will have lesser velocity. So velocity is varying with distance in this case. So viscous drag is found directly proportional to velocity gradient. Also, it is found directly proportional to area of the layer. And when we combine them, we get the constant of proportionality eta. We get this coefficient of proportionality eta, and negative sign shows that this force is also opposing in nature. It is trying to retard the velocity of different layers over each other. Okay, so this is also called viscous drag. Drag means force. So this viscous force has been found to be equal to minus eta A dV by dx. dV by dx is velocity gradient, A is area of the layer, and eta is called, note down, coefficient of viscosity of the liquid. Eta is coefficient of viscosity. हाँ जी, these are observations. क्या कह रहे हो? ईटा, ईटा सिंबल आप एन है ना, एन की एक लग लॉन्ग करते हैं ईटा, ठीक है। So f is equal to minus eta a dv by dx. Learn this formula where eta is called coefficient of viscosity and जिसकी dimension आपने काफी यूज की हुई है dimensional analysis में. And do you remember its dimension? Who will tell? Eta की dimension आपने Stokes formula में यूज की, Poiseuille formula में यूज की. Anybody who remembers it? m1 l minus 1 t minus 1 it was. The dimension of coefficient of viscosity was m1 l minus 1 t minus 1. Using this formula also you can calculate. यहाँ से भी आ जाएगा. All right. So how do we define coefficient of viscosity? If area of the layer is 1 meter square, if a velocity gradient of 1 second inverse is maintained between the layers, unit क्या होगा? Velocity meter per second over meter. Meter meter cancel. So the unit of velocity gradient you can see that is second inverse. So velocity gradient is unity. Then eta will be equal to that force. So this is how we can use these things to define this coefficient of viscosity of the liquid. Coefficient of viscosity is defined as the retarding force. सुन लो पहले. It is defined as the retarding force required to maintain unit velocity gradient between the layers of a liquid of area 1 meter square. इनको आपस में connect कर देंगे. We will get the definition of coefficient of viscosity. So write down. Coefficient of viscosity is the viscous force. It is the viscous force required to maintain unit velocity gradient between the layers of area 1 meter square of a liquid. Between the layers of area 1 meter square of a liquid. Area of the layers is 1 meter square. Let us calculate its unit from the formula. Yes? ये क्योंकि हमने देखा कि ये जो विस्कस फोर्स है वो किसके ऊपर डिपेंड कर रहा है? वेलोसिटी ऑफ लेयर्स पे, डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द लेयर्स पे भी डिपेंड करता है. क्योंकि ये मैटर कर रहा है कि कौन सी लेयर पहले रुकती है, पहले बाद में रुकती है. इसका मतलब उनके अलग अलग फ्रिक्शन एक्ट करते हैं. So this is an observation, right? So let us calculate eta, unit of eta from here. Put in the units of all these things. Force का न्यूटन, एरिया मीटर स्क्वायर, वेलोसिटी मीटर पर सेकेंड, डिस्टेंस मीटर. ठीक है. So 1 meter gets cancelled. तो ये क्या आ जाता है आपके पास? न्यूटन पर मीटर को आप लिख लो पास्कल. दिस इज सेकेंड. पास्कल सेकेंड. So the unit of coefficient of viscosity, SI unit, standard unit of coefficient of viscosity noted down, that is Pascal second. इसको आप बोलोगे Pascal second. Also it is called decapoise. It is also called decapoise. Pascal second and decapoise, they are equivalent. These are the SI units of coefficient of viscosity. Named after scientist Poiseuille. Poise जो है वो यूनिट इसका है because he dealt with the concept of viscosity. So named after Poiseuille we have this unit decapoise. ठीक है. This is decapoise, that is SI unit. And CGS unit. CGS unit of coefficient of viscosity is poise. CGS unit of coefficient of viscosity is poise. 1 decapoise is 10 poise. 1 decapoise is equal to 10 poise. Got it? Is that clear? All right. Now, so we are saying that by now we had studied relations, we had studied solid friction between the objects when they move over one another. This is liquid friction. There must be some similarity, there must be some difference between them. So let us do similarities between solid and liquid friction, differences between solid and liquid friction. Similarities. Similarities between solid friction and liquid friction. We are going to discuss first similarities between solid and liquid friction. Yes, anything. And इसको अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए लिक्विड फ्रिक्शन को लेट अस टेक टू लेयर्स ऑफ अ लिक्विड. सपोज दिस इज लेयर ए, दिस इज लेयर बी. This is, I have shown its length lesser, that means I have shown that its velocity is suppose less. The velocity of layer A is more, right? So what will happen whenever there is a relative motion, whenever a liquid is in motion, there will be relative motion between the layers of liquid. Now one layer will try to oppose the motion of the other. How we can say that? This layer, lower layer, will try to retard the faster layer. And faster layer will try to accelerate the slower layer. So they will try to oppose each other's motion, that will give rise to viscosity. So this is the cause of viscosity. Write down the cause of viscosity before we discuss this. Cause of viscosity is relative motion between the layers of a liquid. Relative motion between the layers of a liquid. So what will happen? Faster layer tries to between the layers of a liquid. So faster layer tries to accelerate the slower layer. Flow को वो फास्ट करने की टेंडेंसी रखेगी, फास्ट को स्लो करने की टेंडेंसी रखेगी. So faster layer will try to accelerate the slower layer, and slower layer will try to retard the faster layer. Slower layer will try to retard the faster layer. So this will arise in the form of a kind of drag. So something will be pulling them in the opposite direction, will be opposing the motion between the layers. So that is we call viscosity or viscous force. So similarities क्या है? First similarity is relative motion. उसमें भी relative motion थी. When one object moves over another surface, there was relative motion. यहाँ पे भी relative motion है between the layers. So this is a similarity कि relative motion दोनों cases में होती है. Second thing, both forces they are opposing in nature. Both forces they oppose the motion. Fast को slow, slow को fast करने की tendency रखते हैं. ठीक है? Both the layers they oppose motion. Then both arise due to intermolecular forces. Both arise, their origin is same. Both arise due to intermolecular forces. क्योंकि viscosity में liquid molecules का ही liquid molecules के साथ opposition आ रहा है. And in case of solid friction, one type of solid that is opposing the motion of another type of solid. वहाँ पे adhesion है, यहाँ पे cohesion है. Same type के molecules है, वहाँ different type के molecules. But origin same है, intermolecular theory है दोनों. Not differences. Differences between solid and liquid friction. What do you think? एक तो अभी मैंने बोल ही दिया. Viscosity is due to cohesive forces. सेम टाइप ऑफ फोर्सेस. लिक्विड का लिक्विड के साथ ही लेयर्स जो है अपोज कर रही है मोशन को. सो विस्कोसिटी इज ड्यू टू कोहेसिव फोर्सेस एंड फ्रिक्शन, सॉलिड फ्रिक्शन इज ड्यू टू एडहेसिव फोर्सेस. राइट, वन डिफरेंस यही हो गया, कोहेसिव एंड एडहेसिव फोर्सेस. कोहेशन दैट इज विस्कोसिटी, रिलेटेड टू विस्कोसिटी, and adhesion that is related to solid friction. Then do you remember the laws of limiting or kinetic friction? Laws आते हैं किसी को? बताओ. Third law बताओ. Third. Force of friction is independent of area of contact. Yes. डाउट है कि बताने के लिए आंसर है? चलो बताओ. वो एडहेसिव फोर्स थोड़ी हुआ, वो एडहेसिव हुआ. डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल, एक वुड अलग है, दूसरी वुड अलग है. सेम हो सकता है, वो एक स्पेशल केस होगा, बट नॉर्मली क्या होता है, एक बुक को आप टेबल पे मूव कर रहे हो, वो अलग मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं, वो अलग है, तो मोस्टली वो एडहेशन का रिजल्ट होता है. बट लिक्विड तो आपका एक ही है ना, उसमें तो लेयर्स जो है वो एक ही लिक्विड की, वो तो डेफिनेटली कोहेसिव फोर्सेस का रिजल्ट, राइट. Okay, so first difference is this. Second difference, if you remember the laws of friction, third law was force of friction is independent of area of contact between the surfaces. But viscosity is found directly proportional to area of the layers. It depends upon area. So second difference you can write, viscosity depends upon area of layers. It is directly proportional to area of layers. But solid friction is independent of area of contact between the surfaces. Solid friction was independent of area of contact between the surfaces. So second difference is related to area. Third difference, solid friction was independent of velocity of the surfaces. आप जितनी मर्जी स्पीड से बुक को टेबल पे मूव करो, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. बट यू कैन सी फ्रॉम द फॉर्मूला विस्कस फोर्स दैट डिपेंड्स अपॉन वेलोसिटी ऑफ द लेयर. ठीक है. सो थर्ड डिफरेंस इज ऑफ वेलोसिटी. विस्कोसिटी और विस्कस फोर्स डिपेंड्स अपॉन वेलोसिटी ऑफ द लेयर, बट सॉलिड फ्रिक्शन does not depend upon velocity of surface. It does not depend upon velocity of surfaces. Okay, is that clear? Next is Stokes law. Actually, you have done Stokes formula. Anybody remember this side? Anybody is familiar with Stokes formula? Tell me. You have used in dimensional analysis to find the dimensions of eta. Coefficient of viscosity की dimension निकाली थी वहाँ पे आपने. So if anybody knows, raise hand. पता है किसी को? No. So I remind you of this. F is equal to 6 pi eta RV. This was Stokes formula. याद आया? इसको आपने प्रूव भी किया हुआ है डायमेंशनली. 3 factors are given, eta, R and V. Find the expression for this viscous force. So 6 pi is a constant here. So F is equal to 6 pi eta RV. This is the formula given by Stokes. What is the law now? Suppose we are having a medium, we are having a liquid. Okay. A spherical body falls freely through that liquid. Suppose we have a spherical ball of radius r. So when it falls freely through that liquid, what will happen? It will drag the layers of liquid along with it. It will drag the layers of liquid along with it, and the viscous force will start acting on it. ठीक है. एक viscous force इस पे act करेगा, given by this formula. That will be directly proportional to velocity of the object that is falling freely. तो जितनी फास्ट वो ऑब्जेक्ट गिरेगी उतना ही विस्कस फोर्स एक्ट करेगा इन द ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन. यस. कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ विस्कोसिटी ऑफ लिक्विड है फॉर डिफरेंट लिक्विड्स इट इज डिफरेंट. एक कांस्टेंट नहीं है, पर एक लिक्विड की अपनी एक पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू है. हनी की कुछ और होगी, मिल्क की कुछ और होगी, वाटर की विस्कोसिटी की वैल्यू कुछ और. ठीक है. So F is equal to 6 pi eta RV. Let us derive this formula. First write the statement of Stokes law. हाँ, चलो लिखो Stokes law. It states that when a spherical body falls freely through a liquid, when a spherical body falls freely through a liquid, it experiences a backward force. It experiences a backward viscous force given by F is equal to 6 pi eta RV. When a spherical body falls freely through a liquid, it experiences a backward viscous force or drag, which is given by F is equal to 6 pi eta RV. Got it? This is the statement of Stokes formula, and derivation is very simple. Using dimensional analysis only we will derive it. So you will say that three factors are given. It depends upon eta, it depends upon radius of spherical object, it depends upon velocity with which it is falling. Then how can you derive the expression for this? You know this formula, this method. Do that. Put in the dimensions, equate the dimensions of MLT on both sides and find the values of ABT. Yes, do it. ये किया हुआ है ना आपने फर्स्ट यूनिट में, वही है, यही इसका प्रूफ है. So M1 L1 T minus 2 equal to, introduce the constant K here. Eta की I told you M1 L minus 1 T minus 1 A, रेडियस की L1 और वेलोसिटी की डायमेंशन क्या है L1 T minus 1. Collect the powers of M, L and T on both sides. Equating the powers of M and T on both sides, we get three equations. Find AB. From these three equations, find AB. याद है ना मेथड ये वाला? गुरसिमर याद है? अब आ गया याद? Then we multiplied the powers with these dimensions, then collected the powers of ML. I have combined two steps. You can write separately if you want. So we get three equations. From here I want to know A तो मिली गया हमें 1. What are the values of B and C? Yes, anybody has solved? What are the values of B and C? Raise hand if you got the values. Yes, काम्या बताओ. काम्या, unmute yourself. हाँ काम्या बोलो. Yes, B and C both are equal to 1. A, B, C all are equal to 1. फॉर्मूला तो आपको पहले ही बता दिया. ईटा आर बी मतलब तीनों 1 ही है. So put the values here. You get F is equal to K. Eta 1 means eta, R1 means R, V1 means V. And K is 6 pi here. Here the constant is 6 pi. So our formula is F is 6 pi eta RV. So this is the proof of Stokes formula. Clear? Very simple proof. Already you have done. Clear? Any doubts? Then next topic is terminal velocity. Terminal velocity. Now what happens when this spherical body falls freely through the liquid? Which forces are acting on it? Weight is acting in the downward direction. Viscous force will be acting in the opposite direction, we just discussed. And in addition to that, upthrust will also be acting because it is falling through liquid. So upthrust will also be acting here. So these upward forces, they will balance the downward force weight after some time. So when an object falls freely, what happens? Initially its speed is small. Okay. So what happens? It's a weight that is exceeding. Weight exceeds the upward forces, so it falls very fast. Now as the speed goes on increasing, the viscous force also goes on increasing because F is equal to 6 pi eta RV, it is dependent upon velocity. तो जैसे जैसे ये ऑब्जेक्ट की स्पीड इंक्रीज होती जाएगी विस्कस फोर्स और बढ़ता जाएगा so these upward forces will start counterbalancing the downward force. So a stage will come when the total upward force will become equal to total downward force. Then the net force experienced by the object will become zero and it will fall with constant velocity called terminal velocity. ठीक है, आप इमेजिन करो एक फ्रीली फॉलिंग बॉडी पहले फास्ट गिरती है, उसके बाद थोड़ी देर बाद ये कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी से नीचे गिरती है. दैट वेलोसिटी इज कॉल्ड टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी आफ्टर इक्विलिब्रियम इज अचीव्ड. आफ्टर सम टाइम इक्विलिब्रियम इज अचीव्ड. So write down the definition of terminal velocity first of all. Write down the definition of terminal velocity. The constant velocity with which an object falls freely through a liquid. Constant velocity with which an object falls freely through a liquid after the net force becomes zero, or you can say after a state of equilibrium is reached. The constant velocity with which an object falls freely through a liquid after a state of equilibrium is reached. After a state of equilibrium is reached. All right. So in equilibrium, the total upward force balances the downward force. Total upward force balances the downward force. Upward force is F plus U, downward force is weight. Okay, so let us put in the values. How do we write Stokes force? F is equal to 6 pi eta RV, right? Equal to W minus U. Now how can we write weight? इसको थोड़ा साइड पे लिख लेती हूँ. Weight is mg. Weight is mg. Mass can be written as volume into density. And since we have taken a spherical object, volume of spherical object is 4 over 3 pi r cube. So see, this way I'll be writing weight. 4 over 3 pi r cube rho g, where rho is density of this spherical body and sigma is density of liquid through which it is falling. Solid की density different है, liquid की density different है. We are actually talking about a fluid. It is not necessarily a liquid. Air की जैसे हम बात कर रहे हैं, a freely falling body, rain drops falling through the air. This concept is applicable here also. Fluid we are taking. What is a fluid? Liquid or gas. That is called a fluid. So this form of weight is clear to you? 4 over 3 pi r cube rho g, where rho is density of this spherical object, this body. How can we write upthrust? According to Archimedes principle, upthrust or buoyant force, that is equal to weight of liquid displaced by the solid. तो ये सब कुछ सेम आएगा, बस हम डेंसिटी लिक्विड की ले लें तो ये weight of solid displaced by liquid आ जाएगा. weight of liquid displaced by the solid. So 4/3 pi r cube sigma g. This will be upthrust. This form I will be using for upthrust. We have used Archimedes principle here. According to Archimedes principle, buoyant force or upthrust, that is equal to weight of liquid displaced by the solid. So volume of solid we are taking, but density of that liquid we are taking, this will give us upthrust. Got this point? So let us put in the values now. 6 pi eta rv 4/3 pi r cube rho g minus 4/3 pi r cube sigma g. Take 4/3 pi r cube and g common. g उधर ले लेते हैं. Rho minus sigma g 6 pi eta r v. अब देखें क्या क्या कैंसिल हो रहा है. ये स्टेप क्लियर है? अप टू हियर एनी डाउट? पाई गेट्स कैंसल्ड. ठीक है, ये 3 आ गया आपका, 2 आ गया यहाँ पे. 1 r गेट्स कैंसल, 2 r's आर लेफ्ट. अपनी अकॉर्डिंगली काट लो जो जो आपका कैंसल आउट हो. सो व्हाट डू वी गेट? वी फाइंड टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी v फ्रॉम हियर. क्या आता है आपके पास? टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी इज 2/9 r स्क्वायर rho minus sigma g over eta. So this is the expression for terminal velocity. This is the form in which you will learn it also. So this is the desired formula that you have to learn. Terminal velocity is 2/9. I write here 2/9 r square rho minus sigma g upon eta. So see the derivation, it's very simple. बस आपने upward downward forces को equate करना है. And then you have to take out v, terminal velocity v from here. Okay, so see, on what factors terminal velocity is depending on? It is directly proportional to square of radius of the spherical body. That means one conceptual we can give with regards to this concept. Bigger raindrops, they fall faster than the small raindrops. Big raindrops का रेडियस ज्यादा होता है, टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी उनकी ज्यादा होगी, because velocity is directly proportional to square of radius of the raindrop. ठीक है, so लिखिए इसका डिस्कशन. Let us comment upon the results now. Commenting upon the results, terminal velocity is directly proportional to square of radius. So big raindrops, they fall faster. Big raindrops, they fall faster because of this reason. ठीक है, एक तो ये होगी हमारी डिस्कशन की रेडियस स्क्वायर पे डिपेंड कर. गॉट इट? Second thing is, it is also dependent upon density difference. Difference of densities of solid and liquid. ठीक है, second discussion. V is dependent upon rho minus sigma. So if this difference is positive, that means density of solid is greater than that of liquid, then the terminal velocity will be positive. That means greater than that of liquid. That means these drops, they will fall. By default the direction is downward. We have taken downward direction. So that means they will fall. For example, raindrops falling through air. उसमें क्या होता है? Raindrop water की उसकी density 1000 है, much greater than that of air जो 1 है. तो इसलिए वो downward direction में गिरती है. So we will do the rest of cases tomorrow. Yes, बेटा आप लोगों को कोई डाउट है यहाँ तक? इसके अभी 2 more parts are there. We'll be discussing